You know, there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Alfonso. I'm the lead singer of the band Heartsick from Lansing, Michigan, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Check it out.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys and gals awesome interviews. It's a huge honor and privilege to welcome Alfonso Civile, lead singer of Heartsick, hail from Lansing, Michigan, and they were formerly named as No Life. So you want to check this band out. They just released a new single a couple days ago called Indigo. You want to check that out. And we got Alfonso on here to talk about all this good stuff about Heartsick. So what's going on, Alfonso?
Not much, man. Another day in the paradise of COVID event, apparently.
Well, that's the best described, so you know.
There you go.
I keep going, where's my stimmy check? Where's my $1,400 stimmy check? I need it now, like JG Wentworth.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah.
Same here, man. Same here. We, everything's going well, man. Not too bad. Just working on some new music, and hopefully we have shows gearing to come back in very slow progression in the summer. But besides that, not much is going on, brother. How about yourself?
Same old. Yeah, I feel that because a lot of bands are excited to get back out onto the road to start playing and you know, setting up shows and stuff like that. But I'm just afraid that it's going to kick back, and then we're going to be right back into where we're at right now.
Yeah.
I just wish everybody would take step by step, not huge leaps and bounds. I know we want to get it back out there. I understand that. I completely do. But things have to go in cycles. Just let it go step by step.
Exactly, man. I'm right there with you. It needs to be, you know, slowly but surely. But if we do it that way, we'll get there. But if we just, you know, open the floodgates and just go, all right, everybody go, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work out in everybody's favor. It's just going to fire back, you know?
Yep. So did you find yourself doing anything differently other than music, such as like collecting or catching up on anything, Alfonso, during the pandemic, or are you guys just still hounding out music?
I mean, during the pandemic, we've been pounding out music, but we all definitely focused a lot on just, you know, working and getting ourselves financially set to, you know, just kind of working and saving up some money as well, hanging out with family, you know. Other than that, not much other than working on some brand new music. We took about 20 songs that we had in the demo process and basically recorded those, and we've kind of just been sitting on brand new music. And then between all that, we worked on, you know, some live feed shows. We did about 3 of those. We got another one coming up. So, I mean, we stayed busy for sure, but everything was mostly, in most ways, related to the band.
So Indigo is the new single and video release from you guys. Were you guys a little nervous releasing singles since the bands can't tour right now? All you can do is the live streaming, which is cool. But were you guys just a little nervous at all since you can't tour right now?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think that's why we've taken our time with all the new music and are just kind of slowly putting out new songs. Right now, I mean, we still have a record that came out not too long ago. The record came out in 2019. It's called Sleep Cycle. So we've been writing on that for a while, and we've been recording music. But anytime we release music, we definitely get nervous just because it's always a growth. But with this one, it's particularly nerve-wracking because the old model for rock and roll is record cycle tour, and this time it's like that. We don't have that, you know, so we have to get creative and how we develop the band in those aspects. So this was definitely nerve-wracking, but at the same time, it was kind of refreshing to just being able to release a song here and there and sort of build the hype with that. So since we're a smaller band compared to a band like Bring Me the Horizon or Godsmack, whoever else, it's definitely a lot more nerve-wracking because you don't want it to fall flat on its face, and it can if you don't do it right.
So let's talk about this route. Are you guys working on an EP right now, or are you guys going to do a full length? What's in the boiler room right now?
Well, you're literally the first person we've told this to, but we're tomorrow. We're going to get together. We're going to announce a 5-song or probably a 6-song EP, which will probably end up coming out June. I want to say like the 3rd weekend of June, but we're not sure. It's definitely going to be out in the summer between June and July. We're releasing a 5-song EP. And I think for us, since we have so many songs collectively recorded, that's the best move for us. So we're not giving away too much, and we still have stuff that we can tour on and release later in the day, like in the year. So yeah, so we're going to end up releasing about a 5 or 6 song EP and kind of see how that goes for us before we announce like a full record release.
What's impressed or excited you the most, Alfonso, about making this EP, man? Is there anything that sticks out the most for you?
For me, it's just really like the songs have yet again grown and developed. And it's funny because we didn't only start recording this during the pandemic. We've actually been recording. We released the record that we have right now, Sleep Cycle, is in 2019, and that was in February of 2019. But we actually have been recording new music since March of 2019. So we've been at it for a while. We just haven't really shared that with anybody. But for me, what really excites me the most, besides recording songs during a really crazy time in history, is just the growth that we've done within the music writing itself, because it really has its own sort of feel. I can't sit here and say, like, this sounds like this band. We really went in there going, okay, like, how do we dismantle everything we've done and build it back up and have it sound really original, something like us, where people are like, yeah, that's that band, So that's what excites me the most.
Any tracks standing out more to you than any right now on the EP? I know it must change every time that you talk about it or you listen to it, or if you can give, a little insight.
For me, the one track that really sticks out the most is this track, Indigo, that we just released, only because it really kind of has all of the things that we are as a band in one. Some of the other tracks are a little bit, I'd say, like, some of them are just really along the lines of like crazy heavy hardcore stuff or really experimental. But this, to me, this sticks out the most because it's so in between everything. And we really worked to make that sort of like a cohesive song for this 5-song EP.
I want to go back to, you guys started recording music since what? You said March 19th of 2000? Good Lord.
Mm-hmm. March 19th we started recording March of 2019.
Or 2019, I'm sorry. That's a lot of music to be sitting on right now. That's enough for 2 to 3 albums. Hell, 4
exactly.
albums, so good Lord. I know you guys are itching to put all this out there, but yeah, that's a good thing, just to hold off and then just see what songs fit another EP or another album, and then just do some B-sides or something other with them.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like right now, that's the thing. It's like you can really do anything and it's going to work in your favor. I think the one thing to not do with a band our size right now and the kind of growth we're seeing is release something too early that has a lot of music on it, because you don't want it to fall flat in his face. And we're really proud of all these new songs that we have. A lot of them really do stand out. So we don't want them to just go out there and go, bleep and then go away. We live in a realm right now where it's like consumption is extreme. People want something right now and then they forget about it, So if we release something now, it's just going to like hit for like a day and then it's gone,
That's exactly right. That's so exactly right, man. Working and creating songs for this EP, was there any pressure at all to follow up with another successful EP such as the 2019 Sleep Cycle? Because I know you guys had a little bit of success with that album.
Yeah, absolutely, we did. But no, we didn't really feel any pressure, only because, for us, it's like the moment we released that record, we were already working on some new music that was already along the lines of some of the songs that you hear on Sleep Cycles. So we just wanted to really just kind of push it to the limit. And we didn't really know how Sleep Cycles would do, because it was somewhat of a departure from our first record, self-titled record, to Sleep Cycles. So this one is way more, I'd say like way more ambitious. So there wasn't, at least for us, it didn't feel like there was a lot of pressure. It was kind of like, well, we did this one thing, so let's just kick it up a notch, you know?
Now, were there a song that you guys were working on that was brought to the table that totally ended up sounding different or took a major turn possibly?
Oh, yeah. There's a song that we worked on. The working title right now is called Vibe Cat, just because we pick dumb titles for like songs that we don't know what to name yet. And if the name tells you anything, like that's 100% like that song is like we came in with this idea, and what we ended up with, we were like, what the fuck is this? Like we were just like, it's one of those songs where it's gonna be like, it's that one song that every band has on their record that does it fit? I don't know, but it's cool. But do I hate it? I don't know. So it's just like, yeah, that one for sure. There's definitely that.
It's kind of one of those songs where you can't justify yourself to say, no, that's not. Yeah, that's going on the album, and you have to fight yourself. It's like that little special ingredient in your pocket to pull out. And say, hey, here we go. I got it right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's one of those. It's one of those like it's a song that every record has. That's like really avant-garde, and you're like, I love this song. Screw you guys for not liking it. It's smart, but we're like, whatever. We like it, you know?
It's not metal enough. I got up this morning, ate cereal. That's
exactly.
Metal.
For sure.
Oh, my God.
For sure. Just like that.
So who's producing the EP? Are you guys producing it, or who is actually?
We work with, his name is Josh Schroeder, and he is a producer up here, an engineer in Michigan. He's worked on a lot of really great records. He's worked on some new For the Fallen Dreams. He's worked on King A10. He worked on, who else? He's done some stuff with Joshua Travis, who's from the Muir, Attila. So he's definitely a very well-named producer. We've been friends with him for years and years, since he was in a local band here, and we kind of just got together and we're friends. So we've recorded most of the last like 5 years of our stuff with him, and we really have a great working relationship. He really understands what we're going for. We really understand how he does his process, and it's a really easy process to work with him. So we don't, there's like, every time we make something, it just gets better. So there's no real reason why we're like, oh, let's go try someone else. I think eventually we will, but for right now, it feels extremely right to be working with him.
I know you mentioned that it's extremely good working with him, but does Josh get something out of you guys that maybe somebody else might not get out of a recording on an album from you?
I think so, yeah, for sure. I mean, especially with me, because when I'm doing my vocals, I've worked with a lot of people, and it can be really arduous and it can be really exhausting, but Josh just has this way about him. He just knows how to really produce vocals, as well as he just knows how to like listen to the artist, when to listen and when to kind of take the reins. So yeah, definitely that's why we keep working. We've gone to some other places to, you know, kind of demo things out, but it's not the same. He's a very specific person, as well as a very specific producer, and gets it and gets something out of us that I don't think anybody's been able to get.
Do you see the band still musically growing from where it started from, or is there something that sticks out about the band that's come together more since the formation, if that makes sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, when we started this band, myself, our bass player and our guitar player, we've been in the band since we were all 18, since 2000 when the band started. And I mean, the growth that we've shown from when the band was named No Life till now is just immense, and it keeps changing. It keeps growing. It's like, I mean, we wouldn't be doing it if there wasn't any growth. It's like, I know that there's some bands out there that like they find their niche and they kind of ride that roller coaster in their niche for the rest of their career, and it works out great for them, and that's okay. But we're not that kind of band. We really always like to challenge not only ourselves, but how we write music. We love metal. We're a heavy metal band. We love being a heavy metal band, but we also like a lot of other different types of music. So for us to sort of stay in one lane has never been an option. So yeah, I mean, I think, you know, now at the stage that we're at, you know, 6-7 years into being called Heartsick, the music just keeps growing. So there's definitely more growth. I think we're going back. Actually, we're going to be going back into the studio in the next couple of months and writing more stuff. So it's just like, I'm excited. I get so excited and we get so excited to go back and write more because there's always that potential to grow, you know?
What do you hope everyone takes away, or message you hope they hear while listening to any of Heartsick's music in general, Alfonso? What do you hope they get from it, man?
I mean, for me, as a lyricist, as a person who writes lyrics, I, at the end of the day, want to be able to just have people take away a positive message and, you know, be able to create something that they love, really going on and doing something that they really love and that they're passionate about, and just kind of following their dreams or hopes or aspirations, and in the process, you know, leave a better world behind them. You know, do good things, you know, do good things, do great things, go out there and just be a good person and stand for what's right. We live in a time in the world right now where it's like we're seeing a lot of change and growth in certain aspects and a lot of regression in others. And I think that if you listen to us, I would hope that it inspires you to go and do great things, not only with your own dreams, but out in the world as well.
Yeah, nowadays it's you can't do like we used to in the 80s, you know, like especially how parent used to back in the day. They can't do that now.
Oh yeah.
It's like iPads and iPhones are now the babysitters, and it's so bad right now. So bad.
It can be very frustrating for sure.
Yes.
Seeing a lot of my friends have kids, you know, and you're just like, man, these kids, you know, they're not going out, or they're focusing more on the technology, which, you know, in some ways it's a good thing, in other ways it's not a good thing. But it's that thing, man. It's the ever-changing world, you know, and we're trying to all sort of catch up to it.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how old I am. I remember going out when I was a kid and playing until dark. I mean, I loved it.
Same.
You know?
My parents couldn't get me to come inside.
Yeah. I'd go fishing, or I'd get up with my buddies. We'd go out in the field and play some baseball. And I mean, anything we could use for a bat or a ball, that's what we did. Because when you didn't have the money, you made things to what you wanted to do. You know,
we were the aluminum bat, tennis ball professionals of our generation. That's for sure.
We used to take a rock and get some aluminum foil, and we would just wrap it continuously, so that way we'd have us a ball.
There you go.
I was like, that's right, hell yeah, ingenuity.
That's genius. That's genius. That is genius.
So what made you want to become a musician? What was that spark, possibly, if you can remember, Alfonso, that said, yeah, I want to try this?
That's a good question. You know, I've always wanted to be a musician. I don't know that there's one specific instance where I was like, that's why I want to be a musician. I just always remember feeling, even as a kid, just like, I just wanted to be a musician. I mean, I remember living in Puerto Rico, where I was born, and going to school and being in my first grade and having like music hour or whatever. And the teacher, you know, asked like, what does everybody want to be? And I was just like, I just want to be a singer. Like, I don't remember anything else that struck me the way that did. You know, I was either going to be a singer or I was going to be a doctor. You know, those are the things. And I've just always been in love with it. I think the moment that I realized I wanted to be in a band was when I went to go watch Filter in like 1994. I saw them in Miami, Florida. They were playing at a place called the Chili Pepper. And me and my best friend had gone to that concert. It was our first concert ever. And I was just like, this is the greatest thing in the whole world. Like, that for me, like watching the band play, and I was just like, this is it. Like, this is what I want to do, you know?
I got to see them on the Loco Bazooka Festival, and they came to Huntington, West Virginia with Mushroom Head and Seven Dust.
Oh, wow.
And they played Hey Man, Nice Shot, and I was like, ha. It's like I was in a trance. I was like, oh, shit. It's the first time I heard the song, you know? I was like, oh, my God. It's like, yeah.
Absolutely, man. I know that feeling when watching them. So, yeah, man, that was really it. But I think I've always wanted to just be a musician. My mom says it's because she would put her headphones on her belly when I was in her stomach. So I'm just going to listen to my mom. Mom is always right?
Yeah. And there you go. Yep, that's how you became a musician. Mom, you did it. Thank you.
Exactly, yep.
I know you had a lot of music, and I know you had a lot of albums when you were growing up, but did you have a go-to album, or maybe just a couple of songs when you were younger that affected you as far as giving you inspiration or just let you escape everything, Alfonso, possibly? I know that's a hard question, but
for sure.
Is there any one specifically that you had to have?
Absolutely. There was the 3 records, like off the top of my head, that completely shaped like who I was as a kid, as a teen. Green Day's Dookie,
Nice.
Snot self-titled, Snot record, and Deftones around the fur. Like those records were just like monumental, just monumental. Like I would listen to those records every single day for hours on end. Just, you know, I mean, I remember just, you know, on the weekends, like when I didn't have school and it was like in the morning, I would just blast that Dookie record, or come home after school and like blast a record while I was doing my homework, you know, like, yeah, those 3 records, 100%.
And those 3 records are so diverse. Every album is different.
Exactly.
That's
they were all very different.
I'm sitting here right now giving you a high five over our interview. Because honestly, that's cool, because you take Green Day's Dookie, that was rock, kind of punk. Well, I wouldn't say it was punk, but it fit in that genre, and I hate saying that, but it did. Every song on that album was so damn good. Every single song on it. Every song
was a hit on that record.
Yeah, and Shove It from Deftones. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Even talking about Deftones' Shove It, it puts chills on me, because Chino's voice, man, oh my God. There's no other band.
It was at its peak, man. It really was.
Yeah, exactly.
It really was. And that record just,
exactly.
That record was just so legendary. It really came out at like the perfect time, you know? So that's my favorite band. So yeah, I mean, I'm 100% with you, man. Like all those records to me really shaped me, like, especially Around the Fur. I mean, especially Around the Fur. That record really hit home.
You know, don't get me wrong, folks. I love Pantera, and I love Metallica. Metallica's my all-time favorite band, and they saved my life. But for me to scream as loud as I want to scream, Chino and Shove It and that album is just beyond words that you could say for it. I mean, it's just there. Here, go listen a little. Just go listen.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So when can we expect this EP to drop? When can we expect people can buy this?
I would say, I think right now it's a modest estimation, probably be expecting it right at the end of June. I think that's probably going to be the best guesstimation. We don't have an exact date just yet. We do have all the artwork done. We have all that stuff, but we haven't chosen a date just yet. But I think that the last time we discussed it as a band, it'd be probably right at the end of June, right before July hits, and you know.
Folks, you want to get out and pick up Heartsick's albums, give them a chance. Listen to their music. They have some great music that's out there right now. And again, I'm not saying it just because Alfonso's on here. I like them because I like the hardcore of this band. I like the music of it. I like how heavy it is. I like that, but there's diversity in these songs. Every song is not the same. For me, that's a cool point, and I like that. I like albums and EPs that take you on a roller coaster. Every song is not the same. So you guys have knocked out the ballpark, man, on some of your guys' music, honestly.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. That means the world, man. That's really what we're trying to do. So,
how can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy this EP when it comes out, tour dates when it all gets back to normal, hopefully soon? How can they do that, sir?
Easiest way to do it is just go to our website, heartsick.us, and you'll get to anything and everything Heartsick related right from there. You can get to our Spotify from our website. You can get to our Facebook, our Instagram, our Bandcamp, anywhere, our Twitter. You just go to heartsick.us, and everything is laid out there for you.
Alfonso, before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Absolutely, man. I'd be more than happy to. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Alfonso. I'm the lead singer of the band Heartsick from Lansing, Michigan, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Check it out.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Hour Podcast. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link and our YouTube link, and you definitely want to subscribe to our YouTube link, because every tier that we get, we're giving away giveaways. Honestly, we have a lot of good stuff, a lot of autographed photos, CDs, shirts, stuff like that, so you definitely don't want to miss out on that. And also, please check out Heartsick's music. Give this band a chance, and you will not be disappointed, and pick up their new EP when it does come out. So, Alfonso, I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck, my man.
Thank you so much, man. You have a great day. Thank you for letting us use your platform to promote the band and to let people know about us. Really appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. continue to do what you're doing, man. You're doing great work for bands like us. We appreciate you, man. You have a great day, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.